Well, it's morning and getting up, breaking camp. Just wanted to show you this kind of nice morning view here. And we're gonna hit the trail. But first, we're gonna go out on the point here and take some pictures. Oh, here we are. Day 3. You know, got a little bit of bad weather today, so we're camped out. This place isn't as nice as the other place we were at. This is pretty much just, you know, as you can see, just kind of endless pine. But yeah, it's wet, groggy. So we're settled down for lunch, and we're going to keep on going. I'll show you our bush cooker pretty soon and some other interesting stuff as well. Here's our kind of field expedient chicken smoker. It's been a lot of work today because it's been so windy and rainy, so we've had to move this like 5 times, you know, because the wind keeps shifting, and we got to keep the fire going really hard because, you know, so we're trying to keep this moldy stuff off to the side, dry out, while we put the good hardwood in the center. But this has been on there about 4 hours, you know. Some adjustments. We already ate some pieces that got a little burnt, but we've been rotating it every probably like 20-30 minutes, you know. We had it kind of up vertically for a bit, but it just wasn't working in the rain. So what we used is just a couple of grill toppers and some aluminum foil to trap them in there on a grate that we found, and just putting good, well, everything's wet today, it's soaking wet, but just letting the smoke rise up to the grate and keeping the heat right where it needs to be. Your tip for smoking is you should be able to put your hand there for only about 5 seconds, and that's the heat level you want to smoke chicken. We brought these in frozen in a small cooler, and now we've just been cooking them nice and slow over the course of about 4 or 5 hours, just rotating and rotating, and they're going to be a nice delicious dinner, as long as the mold doesn't ruin it. Here's my tent set up here, right on the shore. Very nice little setup. Yep, once again the Adirondacks. Always great weather here. Here's our little camp set up. We had some people meet with us today, bring some fresh supplies, which was nice. It is show you some of the tent setups here. We have a nice Kelty here down the trail. Ooh, Booze. Don't know whose that is. so neat the way you get into some of these places, and even though you're miles away from civilization, there's still these little kind of herd trails that come through, and around these good campsites where people have come in the past and just camped and camped and camped. See, there's the Big Agnes. Here's a cheap $30 tent that didn't make it. You know, lesson is always spend money on a tent. Tent pole broke, as you can see. Had a broken tent pole. So that one's toast. And we have a nice big Coleman. We got a couple guys in. So, nice little spot, very primitive. As you can see, this is not a campground. Right on the water. You know, got some nice trees for cover. That's our site. So today we've mostly been using this kind of survival saw, that chainsaw with handles, and the S-twing hatchet. Those have been our main cutting tools for this trip. The both are pretty good. They, you know, wet, rainy day. You know, when you have a bad day like this where it's just rainy and windy all day, having a good hatchet to split wood to get to the dry wood is amazing. Plus, I'll let you know another tip. Dollar store aluminum pans, take the handle off, amazing for camping trips. Did some omelets, we froze some eggs, you know, had some omelets this morning, got our chicken going over there. Overall, been a great trip so far despite the bad weather. Getting a little treat here on our last day, a little bit of a sunset through the clouds. You know, the weather's been pretty crummy, but we got a little bit of a break here. You can see a little bit of sky behind there. Got this nice beautiful sunset. Kind of standing in a bit of a marsh to see it, but we got a lot of miles in. We got like 15 miles in. A lot of canoeing. You know, camped at a couple different lakes up here in the Adirondacks and had a great trip. In the morning we're heading out. So just wanted to share, you know, it's these quiet little trips that make it worth it. Oh, how's that for a view, guys? Early morning, still nice and foggy. Quite the little place. Well, this is the end of the trip. All we have to do is canoe across here, back over to that point, hike a few more miles, and we're back out, full circle. And this is the end of the trip. Last quarter mile. Real easy trail here. And here's what I love about the Adirondacks, is this is non-stop. You have to watch everywhere you go, broad daylight, because these guys are out and they never quit. You know, a lot of times when you're driving like this, you know, and you're going on these back roads, it really takes a while. You got to really take your time because you will run into a lot of deer out here.